What's up, it's Jan back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. This is gonna be an experimental reading vlog where I read Books and Lala's worst horror books and hope I love them since we have opposite tastes. The year was 2024 and I commented on Kayla from Books and Lala's worst books of 2023 video. I really couldn't say that with a straight face. So the story behind this collab, hello, this is a collab with the Kayla from Books and Lala. How did I get here? I don't know. I actually kind of do know. So I commented on her worst books of 2023 video and I was like,
part of me wants to read all your worst books because we have such opposite tastes. I'll probably love them.
And then she goes,
sounds like a video idea for the both of us.
The little eyeball emoji, you know, the little eyeballs, the side eye. I fully thought she was joking. And I was like, yeah, like, I mean, I would do it, like, blah, 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 blah. Like a week later or so, I get a voice message on Instagram from Kayla. And she goes,
so this is what we're gonna do.
She has this whole game plan about this collab. And I was like, hold on. We were serious because I didn't think you had time. She made time for little old me. And I'm returning the favor, obviously, and making this video where I read some of her worst books, hoping I would love them. Because we have some books that overlap, obviously. Some of the ones that we agree on are A Dowry of Blood, so the important ones. House of Hunger, History of Fear. I think she gave it like a high 3 or something, maybe a 4, and I gave it a 5 and it's one of my all-time faves, but still, we agree on it. We also agree on things we didn't really like Dead 11. Then there are some of my all-time faves like A Certain Hunger, which she read and gave 2 stars. Oh, we agree on Bunny too. We have some overlap, needless to say, any more examples, y'all get it. But for the most part, we have opposite tastes, hence this video. So what happened is she asked me for books that I hate in the thriller horror genre, maybe a little bit of fantasy. I gave her a general list. I gave her books that she might like that just weren't my personal preferences or tastes or whatever. And then she also asked to come up with a little list of books that were actually bad, like objectively bad. So she did the same for me, except my list was a lot more chaotic, and I'm sure this video will be a lot more chaotic than hers as well. She gave me like book covers in this organized graphics, and I was like, classic Kayla, classic. And so she gave me books that she hated that I love, books that she hated that are on my TBR, are not on my TBR, and then the books that were actually shitty. So I'm not gonna say the entire potential TBR, but I do have a few that I already owned, so obviously those are the ones I chose so I can get my physical TBR down. But the 3 that are for sure gonna happen in this vlog are The Book of Accidents by Chuck Wendig. I bought this when it came out in like 2020 or 2021. I have yet to read it. I actually put it on my like 22 for 2022, I think. Didn't happen. And this is also the chunkiest one, so I'm gonna start with this today actually. And then the rest is gonna be chosen by my spinner wheel, which I have audiobooks on. These next 2 that I'm gonna show physically, this is already chaotic, see? These next 2 that I'm gonna show physically, I also found audiobooks for, so go figure. The only one that I haven't found an audiobook for was The Book of Accidents, but that's fine because it has short chapters. But anyway, I also own Devolution by Max Brooks. Is it Devolution or Devolution? My coworker loved this book, the person I share an office with, so we talk all the time, and she recommended this book to me. Oh, also ignore my 2 nails. I'm gonna get them done in this vlog, don't worry. This is basically some dude investigating Bigfoot, and I got this for like $4 on Pango for this video, so it was like whatever. If I don't like it, then I'll just give it to my coworker. And then I've owned Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey for a while as well. I just love this bubblegum pink and the blood drips. This, I believe, is a haunted house book. I don't really know. It says a darkly gothic thriller. Perfect for fans of The Haunting of Hill House as well as I'll Be Gone in the Dark. I didn't realize there was an adaptation for I'll Be Gone in the Dark on HBO. So yeah, we'll find out together. I'm not one to give synopses in the beginning of videos because this intro is long enough as it is. And then y'all will see. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do a spinner wheel situation now since I know I'll be starting with The Book of Accidents, but I do want to get a move on with my paint by number project today, so I do want an audiobook and then I'll listen to it on like my drives and at work and whatever. Oh, also I have this one physically. She didn't put her on her lists, but I know she gave it 2 stars in her dinosaur vlog, The Paleontologist by Luc Dumas. I mentioned A History of Fear earlier. It's one of my faves of all time, so I bought this pretty much instantly as soon as I finished A History of Fear, but I've only heard negative things. If I have time, I'll try to squeeze it into this vlog because it is on my February hopefuls list. So I was like, it's perfect. It has like dinosaur illustrations in here. This is kind of like Night at the Museum, but like haunted museum. I'm kind of stoked for it. They're like little dinosaur illustrations. So yeah, that's not on the spinner wheel, but all the other options that she has that I was interested in are on here. So let's give it a spin to see which audiobook I'm listening to. White Horse by Erica T. Worth, I think is the author's name. So this is by an Indigenous author, so that's good because all the physical books I have are by white authors, and I like to read diversely, you know what I mean? I do have the audiobook for this. It's 10 hours long, so I'll be starting that at some point. I just wanted to intro this vlog. Hope you enjoy. I think she said she's going to be reading 5 books for her vlog, so I'm gonna try to read 5 books in 1 week. With the audio, it shouldn't be too hard, but it's gonna be a whichever comes first type of situation. Like either it's gonna be a week long and I get my 5+ books in, or I stop at 5 books. Yeah, we'll just play it by ear. But look, I'm wearing my Literally Dead Book Club sweatshirt. I'm also gonna be filming another vlog at the same time, and I will be reading the February pick for Literally Dead Book Club in that vlog, she said, hopefully, which is Out There Screaming, because I was gonna try to squeeze it into this one, but it's not happening. Anyway, that was the longest intro of my life, and probably your lives as well. So I'm gonna go. Hope you enjoy this vlog. Thank you so much to Kayla for wanting to do this with me. I can't. I don't even know if this is real life. Going on a run.
Too long, but I don't wanna come down. Caught up in a long free fall, you got me off of the ground. Sway for a minute, but play move side to side.
Good morning. So I'm doing the mic thing because it's like 6 a.m. Joey's still asleep, but I've been up since 5:15 and I have an update on the Book of Accidents. I guess I could do an update on White Horse as well. So yesterday I went on a run, as y'all saw. Ran outside for the first time in months because it was actually sunny. It was like 4:30 and it was still kind of warm outside. Not warm. It was definitely kind of chilly, but warm enough. The sun was still out. I listened to like 20 minutes of White Horse, and it's okay. Nothing too weird, too creepy yet. I have low expectations for this book because from what I remember from the synopsis, it's just about like some ancient jewelry that the main character's mom used to own, and it has like some creepy shit going on with that. But other than that, I'm not expecting too much. The audiobook narrator is pleasant to listen to, so there's that, if nothing else. But yeah, the first 20 minutes was just like meeting all the characters, meeting the friend group. I'm not a huge fan of any of them in particular. They're all just kind of vanilla to me, but our main character is just starting to figure things out. She's like noticing certain symbols that she's seen before in a painting at her favorite bar or whatever. There was this weird scene. They have like a little putt-putt and they're trying to shoot golf balls into statues of cats' buttholes. I guess not statues, but you know, in the mini golf course or whatever. I don't know. It's like an indoor putt-putt thing. Anyway, on a more positive note, loving the Book of Accidents. I actually read 80 pages yesterday, which is wild. I thought it would go a lot slower, but it reads really quickly. It's definitely a slow burn type of horror, which I'm actually kind of in the mood for, so I might actually love this. I have a good feeling about it, which is great because it's the longest book on this list. So right off the bat, there were creepy things going on. There were 2 prologue chapters following 2 different storylines. Like there was one about a serial killer and then one about this boy with a pickaxe, and both already captivated my attention just from the first like 10 pages or so. I think I mentioned that the chapters are really short. Loving that, obviously. Following this family. Dad's name is Nate. The mom's name is Maddie. The son's name is Ollie. Nate's dad dad passes and he gets this house, and of course family moves into it upon further reflection, I guess, because the son is like getting bullied and whatever, and he's like, I want to move. I thought it was the son who sees creepy shit, but it's actually the dad who experiences all these things with like potential ghosts and people he sees in places they shouldn't be, like his yard and whatever. There have also been a few scenes involving animals, so do beware of that. Still not sure which scenes are hallucinations or dreams or whatever. Well, some of them are blatantly stated like this is a dream, but other times I'm like, what's reality? I'm kind of confused, but also having a grand old time. I just love the spine of this book and how stark white this book is. There's also surprisingly a lot of social commentary. There's like gender mentioned, race, cops. Nate was a former cop. They mention gentrification, the wage gap, things like that. So that was a pleasant surprise that there's something deeper in this writing. And the writing, I'm loving the writing. I don't know what it is, but maybe part of it's also the font and the way the book is formatted, but I'm also loving the writing. It just flows really well. I think the descriptions are great too. There's this weird thing with ants that keeps recurring. I think it's done really well so far. So I'm gonna keep reading. I'm probably gonna go to the gym in like 15 minutes, but I'm happy to announce that I'm loving the Book of Accidents so far. Did I say I'm about 100 pages in? Yeah, I just crossed the 100 page mark like 10 minutes ago. I have high hopes that I'll actually finish this in a timely manner, but that's great.
When you're on my side, high up in the sky, cruising through the night.
I'm on the floor with some horrendous lighting, but we're gonna deal with it. Also, if you hear gunshots, I am okay. Joey is just down a World War II rabbit hole on Netflix. He's been watching documentaries and movies. I don't know what the hell he's watching now, but I know Ross from Friends is in it. It's like Band of the Brothers or something like that. I don't know. But that's what that is. It's like 9:45. I have some updates. I just got back from my little Galentine's Day coworker coffee shop hangout. I don't even know if I talked about that in this vlog. I didn't just get back. We left at like 7:30, a little after. So I got home at like 8. It was a lot later than we all expected, but we were talking about all the women things. It was a fun time. It was chill. I had an iced cookie butter latte. It was okay. It was a little nutty, which was unexpected. I'm really not digging this lighting, and I don't know what to do about it right now. We're just gonna have to deal with it. It's gonna have an ominous shadow. It's fine. First of all, I wanted to show that my merch came in. My own merch for Jante's Inferno, which was a readathon I hosted this month. No, yeah, this month in February. Basically, the objective was to get out of hell and read books to prompts that coincide with the 9 circles of hell in Dante's Inferno. And I escaped hell yesterday. But of course, my merch came in today because it had to get forwarded from my mom's address. But anyway, this is my merch. My merch store is always linked down below. But this is one of my newest designs, and it says, "See y'all in hell." My little Jan logo. Also, yes, I still have to get my nails done. I'll do it tomorrow. I got Joey one too in a black crew neck, so we're gonna be rocking that. And then I also got my Crypt and Coffins little coffee mug that I got for Jante's Inferno that didn't come until today. Can't really see. Oh, I guess you could see it against this wall. It says, "Maybe today, Satan." I'm always saying "not today, Satan," so I thought this was perfect. Okay, that's a little bit better. This angle is just not it. Back to reading updates. So White Horse, I got to 30%, and I think Kayla might be right with this one. I think I would have to agree with her and a bunch of other negative reviews on Goodreads because I am not vibing. I'm not gonna DNF because the audiobook's okay, it's just what the narrator is actually saying is just not captivating. Nothing's really happening. I mean, she's seeing things and things are like kind of getting explained, but it's not like intriguing. Like, okay, once she figures this thing out, then what? So I don't know where this story's gonna go. I don't feel any sort of attachment attachment to any of the characters. So that's probably gonna be like a 3 at best, depending how it ends. Most likely lower though, but we'll see. This, however, the Book of Accidents, is going swell, my friends. 22 chapters in, I'm on page 127. A lot of things are happening. I love the short chapters. It's not fast paced by any means, but the short chapters make it feel that way. I don't think I said this earlier, but the little kid, Ollie, he has this like, I don't know if this is technically magical realism. He has extra empathy. He absorbs what everyone around him is feeling, the pain, the emotions. Like he just feels everything like way harder than the average person who is empathic. Empathetic. Yeah, so that's an interesting storyline. Then we have the dad who's still seeing things. The mom is starting to see things now, and she's this sculptor, so she is also an artist, and I love artists and art in general in books, and it's so fascinating when it's mixed with horror. I'm loving this experience, and I am so glad, because if this wasn't worth it, I might have DNF'd, because this is a long book. But also, this has been on my radar for so long, so I'm glad it's not disappointing me just yet. So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say. I'll probably read a little bit more today, but I am not getting up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. I'm so tired. I had a headache. I had such a bad headache after socializing. It just drained me. So I just need to sleep in tomorrow, but watch me not. I also got my library hold for Never Let Me Go. That's one of the options as well, and it's technically dark academia, I believe, right? Which I love. So we'll see if the spinner wheel chooses that for me, because I do have the physical copy now, so that'll be a pretty quick read. Unless something crazy happens in the Book of Accidents, I believe this is going to be my last update of today. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I'm going to get my nails done after work. The bulk of my reading is going to be done on Wednesday, Valentine's Day, when I have the day off. Because if you didn't know, I recently cut my hours down to 30 hours a week so that I have an extra day off to work on my bookish passions. Not that my job isn't bookish. I work at a library, but, you know, the YouTube and Patreon stuff. Good night for now, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, and hopefully my appearance is better as well. Hello. Super quickly. I had to take an annoying detour to work. I got here later than I thought, so which means I'll get my nails done later than I thought, which means I'll be home later than I thought, so that's annoying. On my way here, I was listening to White Horse. I found another annoying thing about it. I mean, the synopsis says our main character listens to heavy metal and wears all black and blah, 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 blah. Since it's an adult book, I thought it was not gonna give the energy of Not Like Other Girls. But it sure does. It sure does. We get it. She wears all black. She goes into her closet and she's like, I pick out a shirt, also black. And it's like, the thing that made me, it was like the last straw. On my way here, she was like, I'm more of a heavy metal thrashing at a concert type of Indian, not the powwow type of Indian. And I was like, you're so cool. And I don't know if it's just more prominent to me, because this is gonna sound like I'm trying to be like not like other girls, but like that's a normal thing for my day-to-day. So the fact that it's stated so often, I don't know if that makes it more annoying for me or if it's just annoying in general. I think it's just annoying in general, because especially the way it's written, it's probably gonna be a 2-star. I have maybe like 2.5 hours left of listening time for it. My coworker, my office mate, works from home today, so I'll have listening time uninterrupted until like 11, and then I have this thing I gotta go to, but then after that should be good. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Okay, update. I don't even know, like 60% into White Horse. Oh my god, I look crazy. It's still doing it. It's like, oh, and then I'm listening to, that's a weird noise. Working on the elevators. It's still doing the whole like, of course I'm listening to metal. Or like, I go to the horror section, of course. Like, I'm annoyed. And then Jack is such an insufferable man. Like, he is so controlling. He's dating Debbie, and she, I believe, is our main character's cousin. And he just like doesn't want her hanging out with anyone but him. And he's just so controlling. Yeah, so that's probably gonna be like 2 stars max. And then I read more of the Book of Accidents, almost 200 pages in. Still enjoying it. I'm in part 3 now. There are more and more things going on. More and more people are starting to see things. About all I got, because I am paranoid that someone's gonna walk by. So I'll talk to y'all later. Hello. If I look disheveled, it's because my allergies have been acting up all day. I actually left work an hour early so I can go take some Allegra. I canceled my nail appointment. Did I say that in my last update? I don't remember, but I booked a nail appointment for 5:30 and then I was like, I'm home. I'm staying here. I've been sneezing and like crying all freaking day. I was around a cat for 10 minutes yesterday. 10 minutes. It always acts up within like 24 hours. But anyway, I have some updates. So, first of all, where did that go? My manager got me gummy clusters. Nerds gummy clusters. She had a little like post-it that said Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for all that you do. I appreciate you. And I was like, so cute. At first I was like, are you psychic? Like, how did you know that I love these? I don't know if she like watched my videos or whatever. And then she was like,
you brought them to work once and made me try one.
I was like,
Oh yeah, you're right.
that was cute. What's also cute is Joey went grocery shopping and came home with all of this. Look at all the red snacks. He got chocolate covered strawberries and they have these like weird stems on them to make them easier to eat, I guess. And then chocolates, a red energy drink, and then puff corn because I've been craving. Isn't that so cute? I thought it was so cute. I finished a book that's definitely gonna be in like my worst books of the year and probably worst books ever. Is it gonna help if I put my ring light on? Probably not because I have glasses on. I just didn't want it to be distracting because you could see it in the glare. You could see the glare. I just talk like this, it'll be fine. I finished White Horse by Erica T. Worth. I gave it 1 star, okay? I was debating between a 1 and a 2, and then I asked some of my Vampy Vamps, some of my patrons who have read the book. They all agree with me. They're like, either I DNF'd or I was highly disappointed or I didn't understand this part, none of it made sense. And I was like, yes, exactly, to all of that, because was it just me who had no idea what the hell happened at the end there? But like, okay, first of all, 35-year-old pick-me girl, not like other girls, like take a shot every time she said, of course I'm listening to heavy metal, of course I'm wearing black again, of course I'm wearing a black heavy metal t-shirt and my black combat boots, reading The Shining and also wanting to watch The Shining, and oh my god, I'm so cool, I'm going to the horror section of the bookstore. Like, bro, we fucking get it. It could have been a badass main character if she didn't keep emphasizing all of that. And then there was Debbie. Like, why was it a cycle of just arguing with Debbie? There was no point in that. There was no resolution to any of their arguments because Jack was just a piece of shit for also no reason. Like, it added nothing to the storyline. The whole premise is that there's this haunted bracelet, right? And it connected to like her ancestors and whatever. And then she like starts figuring things out. At first it was a little bit creepy. There were like 1 or 2 creepy scenes before she like tried to investigate and convinced herself that no, she's not crazy and that there's like a reason behind all this. But then you find out the reasons and then you find out what actually happened and then it's like anticlimactic. I think it would have been fine if it were written well, but alas, it was not. The resolution was just not, it didn't hit. There was no impact. The epilogue was also kind of pointless. I'm just glad I didn't impulse buy this when I felt like it when it first came out. It was also a book of the month add-on, or maybe it was just a monthly pick. I don't remember, but either way, I'm glad I didn't get it and I just listened to it on audio. The audiobook narrator was not terrible. I definitely couldn't have read this physically. I would have been too annoyed. I definitely zoned out a little bit, especially towards the end. But yeah, just like the thing with the bar, and I looked up what a white horse symbolizes and like, okay, that kind of makes sense with like the freedom and purity and courage and all that shit, but like the writing was just not it. So I do agree with Kayla with this one. That's the conclusion for the first book of this vlog. I agree with Kayla. Too bad it was a negative agreement. 1 star. It's going on my top 10 worst books of the year. First on the list. Good news is we get to do the fun thing and replace White Horse on the spinner wheel. I realize I have this other audiobook that I didn't include on the wheel last time, so that's what I'm putting on. The Book of Accidents, though, is looking like a disagree with Kayla. That's good news for me, at least. But all right, ready and go. Oh no!
Oh no!
Guess what it landed on? Hide! Hide by Kirsten White. I have it on audio, and I also had a physical art sent to me by the publisher, and it's freaking hiding. Like, I can't find it. I literally checked my yellow shelf. I checked behind books. It also came with this like book slip thing as like a promo thing, and that was like more of a beige color, so I checked all those. I can't find it anywhere. So Joey was like,
Doing a good job based on the name, blah, blah, blah.
yeah, it is, because I have no idea. There's no way I would have gotten rid of it because Joey read it, and every time he would tell me that it was a terrible book, I'd always be like, okay, I want to read it anyway because it's short and like I just want to know, because a lot of people read it and hated it. I have a feeling I won't love it, but I still wanted to read. I like the cover, but I also don't like carnival settings, and it's like an amusement park where there's this like very intense fatal hide and seek game, I believe. People's complaints are that there are too many characters, some of it reads very YA. It was just confusing and not written well, but I seriously cannot find it. So straight audiobook it is. So that's gonna be the next read for this vlog. Still reading the Book of Accidents, obviously, but I'm hoping to finish it either tomorrow, but that's like 300 something pages, or Thursday will be the latest. But Hyde is like an 8-hour audiobook, I think, so I should be able to go through that pretty quickly because I have a lot of laundry to put away. Look at it. I have to put all that laundry away. And I still have my paint by number thing to do. That is a freaking long update, so my bad. We're moving on to Hyde. Yay. Am I excited? Not really. Not at all, actually. But I was hoping I would find my physical copy by now. I'm gonna try again, because I know I didn't unhaul it. Whatever. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. I'll probably start it tonight once I start feeling a little bit better. I took 2 Allegras, so...
Been one and I follow the signs. You're looking like a one-way. Gotta make the right choice. Hope I make the right noise. Hoping that you like boys like me. I know you're feeling me from across the room. I got a feeling you could be my muse. I hear strange when I see you. You say green, but I see blue.
Good morning. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you are all doing some self-care. Hope you have a day full of love for yourself and from others and for others. I just love Valentine's Day. I'm wearing my merch. That's why I bought a pink one specifically to wear today. I've been up since 5:30. I've been editing. I got a Patreon video up. I did some rough edits for my January cramming vlog, which is pretty late, but we're slowly but surely catching up around here, okay? But while I was doing the rough edits, I was listening to Hyde by Kirsten White, and I'm now 16% in. So my initial thoughts, kind of reminding me of Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates, but I just know that every character in this book, like I'm prepared for every single one to be insufferable, and just like not in a good way, not like unlikable character in the quirky, like I can get behind it type of way. It's like insufferable, like annoying as fuck, like don't want to read about you. And I can already see that for sure. Like I've heard that from several people, including Joey. That's like one of the things he remembers from this book, is that every character sucked. But I say it reminds me of Dead of Winter because both books, in the beginning, they ride a bus to this destination. There's a group of characters who just like introduce themselves to each other. We get to know them as readers. I'm almost positive that Dead of Winter is better just because of the setting and just how the characters are. There's like a social media influencer, and I hate social media in books because I do it for a living, so I don't want to read about it. I've said this multiple times. There are also 2 characters who are both named Ava. They're just annoying too. There's like these weird, I guess, statements or comments or whatever in the book about like social commentary, and it just doesn't flow. It feels forced. It feels like the author's trying to say something, but it's not coming out the way they want. I'm not vibing. The audiobook narrator is not great either. I might have to agree with Kayla for this one too. I haven't been checking Kayla's ratings for White Horse. I don't think I saw hers like right off the bat. I mean, we're friends on Goodreads, and usually it should be right at the top, right? But I don't think I saw it. Also, I forgot to do a fun fact for White Horse, but I do remember saying the symbolism for white horses, so I'm gonna count that. If you're new here, I say fun facts for every book I finish that like relate to either what's on the cover or what's in the book, something I can find fun facts for. Book of Accidents, I got to page 242 last night. I'm still loving it. I feel invested in the characters now. Like, I know who's who. I have a pretty good grasp about what's going on. They just found the Book of Accidents. I'm trying to figure out what kind of book this is. Like, they think it's magic, but I don't know if it's more like sinister than that. I think that's like my least favorite storyline so far in this book. I like more of the creepy ghost and serial killer shit that's going on, and the family drama, I guess. Meeting these new friends at this new school. There's a lot going on, and I'm glad because it's huge. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this today. I do have the audiobook now though. It came in last night, but I tried a sample of it and I don't know if I want to. I'm enjoying reading it physically. I like the font, you know? Like I said, I do have the day off. I think I mentioned that yesterday, but I have the day off. I have Wednesdays off now. So I am just going to get my nails done at 9. It's like 8:30ish right now, I think. And then maybe I'll sprint with the Lair, my Patreon, do some V-Day sprints. I want to clean a ton. And I think I'm gonna do the cleaning B-roll on my other vlog that I'm working on. I feel like this is gonna be long enough as it is, but just so you know, we're gonna get some cleaning done. I have all of that laundry to put away. That's a hamper and 2 tote bags. Kitchen's a mess. My paint by number is kind of just consuming this table, but I'll clear out everything else, or at least try to. Yeah, the main thing is laundry. I also have to like, well, Joey's gonna take out trash, but I'm gonna gather the trash from like our bedroom trash cans and bathroom trash cans. So that's the plan for today. I want to get a lot of reading done. I got my cramming vlog down to under 2 hours. It was at 2 hours and 21 minutes. This is probably gonna be my longest vlog by far. So I want to get a good chunk of that done so I can get it uploaded tomorrow, hopefully. I also want to do some decorating in the kitchen. I want to put more bats in the kitchen, like on the cabinets and stuff. I ordered a few things on Amazon, a sugar container that has bats on it, and then I ordered a new bath mat. Oh, the toothbrush holder. I got a little coffin shaped toothbrush holder. I'm excited for all those to come in. Another 7.5 minute clip, and then I wonder why I have 2 hours of footage. Look at him. He's so itchy. It just splayed. It just splayed like flat. It is sunbathing. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Oh my, it's literally a contortionist. I'm so entertained. I'm sorry, I'm keeping this here and I'll watch my own vlog later. You don't understand how cute this freaking squirrel is. Oh my god. It's so itchy. I wish I could help him. The fuck up. Sorry for the spontaneous squirrel content. But I just got off sprints with the Lair. Literally that squirrel came on my balcony like the last 10 minutes of the sprint and I was just staring at it. I'm so entertained by nature. Things are happening in the Book of Accidents. I don't know how to say things without spoiling anything, but like things are coming together. Things from the prologue are circling back to events now, and then you see like the backstory. There's one storyline involving this kid named Jake that I'm not quite understanding just yet, but I'm intrigued. I made it past the 300-page mark. We're gonna keep going after I do some other adult things like folding laundry, but I'm gonna keep listening to Hide. I'm now 32% in. I was listening to it while I was cleaning the kitchen. It's not getting better, and I have a feeling it's gonna be like 1 star again. It's like a different kind of bad from White Horse. It's really just the characters. The plot isn't going anywhere because no one knows what's going on, but it's not like the eerie, ominous kind of no one knows what's going on. It's like, y'all should know by now, we're 30% in. Like now you guys should be trying to figure out how to just survive instead of trying to figure out the rules of the game still. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'll update y'all when I have an update for either book. I'm hoping to finish Hide today, so fingers crossed. We just took a nap. But here's my little Valentine's dinner outfit. I was gonna wear a dress, but it's fucking cold. So here we are, pretty in pink or whatever. But I'm gonna leave y'all here because I am not bringing this camera to the restaurant. I'm bringing this one to the restaurant though. Show them your Valentine's Day fit.
Yeah, my Valentine's Day fit.
Yes, a nipple. Wow, that's our anniversary date.
Yeah, this is my love.
have about 5 minutes to talk about this book, and I also can't move too much because the sun is sunning, my dude. I got up at 5:30. I finished this by like 7. I did resort to the audiobook for the last like less than 100 pages last night and this morning, just cause it was time. It was one of those audiobooks where the narrator speaks slow enough where you could speed it up more than usual. So I gave it 4 stars. It would have been a 5 if it stayed horror through and through from beginning to end. I wish they didn't mix in other genres cause I didn't like the direction it took. I didn't like how Chuck Wendig mixed in like fantasy, magical realism type of elements. I keep wanting to call it sci-fi. I feel like some people would call it sci-fi, but I'm not sure. But it was still intriguing enough to where I didn't ever want a DNF. I still appreciated the writing. There were some parts where the writing style was just not my vibe. It was like a repetitive type of style. Things were in italics. In terms of characters, I was invested. I really enjoyed learning about Oliver and his empathy. He kind of reminded me of the opposite of the kid from the book Almond, which I think was my second KU book I've ever read. But it's a translated work and it's about this kid who could not feel pain or any sort of emotion like that, but Oliver feels all the pain for everybody. Yeah, I thought that was weird that my brain connected those two, even though they're complete opposites. Basically, this family moves to this inherited house. I think we talked about that, right? And then we meet this guy, Jake. Right off the bat, he's like the bad boy who wants to hang out with Oliver because he was saving him from getting bullied. And then he was just like,
Hey, you're cool. Let's hang out.
he was also new to town, I think, but he didn't have a set friend group or anything, so he was just like,
Hey, kid, you look fine. You look cool. You look like someone I can waste some time with.
so they started hanging out, and then we find out more and more about why Jake is the way he is. There are all these side stories with like this horror author, his wife, and then Maddie, which is the main guy, Nate's wife, has her own story with like her art and everything. And then it like full circles and everything connects. I appreciated the epilogue. I like that Chuck Wendig did not leave us hanging for the most part. It was still a pretty ambiguous epilogue, so that was fine too. There were a lot of good quotes throughout. A lot of the quotes were very like existentialist. Hi. It was good writing. Some parts were like too forced preachiness for no reason. I saw a Goodreads review where it was like something propaganda. I was like, you know what? That's what it kind of feels like. Otherwise, I think it was well done. I am keeping this on my shelves. I'm so glad I finally read it. Thank you, Kayla, for putting this on your list because I did not agree with you. And this is our first, I don't know, how are we calculating this? Is this a success then? Because our experiment is seeing if I love the books that Kayla hates? I think so. So our first success of the vlog, because we all know the other two. Hyde is gonna be an agree with Kayla for sure. I was listening to it while I was rough editing this morning. The most, I guess, stress-inducing part, the most engaged that I have been was when one of the characters got her period. The bar is in hell. Like nothing is gripping me. I am not stressed for any of these characters except the girl who got her period in the middle of it because they're not allowed to take bathroom breaks. I don't even think they're allowed to bring pads. I don't know. I'm stressed for her because been there, done that. Okay, well, I'm gonna go make my cold foam cold brew for work. I will talk to y'all later. I'm gonna bring my other camera to work. It is 8:10. Look at me go. We'll spin the wheel again later because I will definitely, manifesting, finish Hyde at work today and on my way to work. Yeah, I have 2 hours and 22 minutes. I'm listening in 2.25 speed. We got this. We're gonna spin the wheel again later. Fine. We're back on my floor. I have an update. I finished Hyde by Kirsten White. First of all, I want to say I didn't realize I've owned a book by this author for as long as I have. I think in college, I bought The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein and I have yet to read it, but that's the one that everyone loves by this author, so I think I will still pick that up, despite the fact that I gave Hyde 1 star. I should have listened to Liv. I should have listened to Liv instead of listening to this book. Kayla gave me so many other options. Why did I choose this one? But at the same time, I'm glad I now know because I was wondering why so many people hated this book. Why was there a romance? I think that's my biggest gripe, is the romance. It felt so out of place. Nothing came out from it. Like, I felt nothing for these characters, so like obviously I didn't give a shit about the romance, whether they would end up together, whether either of them would die, who was gonna win the competition. I did not care. Also, why the need for it to get religious at some points? I feel like I've been reading too many books with a certain trope. I feel like all the ones that I've read for this vlog specifically have one common trope. Maybe I'm interpreting one of those three incorrectly, but I don't know. It's just weird that I happen to be picking up these books that are like fairly similar. I did not like it at all. I was just really getting through it. I didn't care from the start, really. Once we got introduced to all the characters and I established that I didn't like any of them, it was just downhill from there. Like I said, the one scene that I was like kind of intrigued is too strong of a word, just like somewhat engaged by was when one of the characters got her period while she was trying to hide and escape this other thing. Other than that, I felt nothing. There's another one that I agree with Kayla about. So we're 1 for 3 for books and she hated that I love. So hopefully the next one evens it out. We're gonna go for 5 books like I said in the beginning of this vlog. So hopefully I get to 2 more books before my deadline for this vlog in terms of like when I want to start editing it, because I also need to start my full moon book club pick dedicated vlog that I do for Patreon, which is always linked down below, by the way. We're called The Lair. We're vampire themed. I would love to have you as a fellow vamp. All the perks and stuff are listed in the Patreon link down below. I used to do my full moon book club pick vlogs on YouTube, but now they're just on all tiers for Patreon. And then we do like monthly readathons, monthly buddy reads, movie nights, videos with Joey, lifestyle content, polls. Discord is always active every single day, and a lot more that I can't think about right now because I keep thinking about how bad this book is. Also, we gotta spin the wheel to pick my next one. Let's do that. Stop talking about this shitty book. Whoa! Hi, sorry this lighting is shittier, but I'm too lazy to fix it. So I erased hide from the spinner wheel. Now I have to double up. So I think I'm gonna double up on Devolution, just because I bought that book for this vlog specifically. Even though those spaces are right next to each other. God, my handwriting. Ew. Okay, let's spinny spin. Ready? Okay. Just Like Home. I literally skipped 2 devolutions to go to Just Like Home. Alright, this is my second to last read of this vlog. All I know about this is it's a non-binary author. Is there a haunted house? Something like that. Main character's name is Vera. Joey thought my name was Vera when we first met, but there are secrets undiscovered in the foundations of the notorious Crowder house. She's come back to the home of a serial killer. Alright, let's see. I wonder why Kayla hated this one. Was this a Literally Dead book club pick? I can't remember. I think it was. It is 342 pages and I have the audiobook, so this will be fun. I'm not gonna be reading it tonight because I had a pre-order come in. I have a graphic novel I want to finish and I want to read a new release that I'm in the middle of. So Just Like Home will be started tomorrow morning, so I'll talk to y'all tomorrow morning. Yeah, that's it. Okay, bye. Hi, I know I said I would update tomorrow, but I forgot to do a fun fact for Hyde. I don't think I did one for the Book of Accidents either, but for Hyde, also, sorry it's kind of dark in here, we have our cozy lights on. Obviously, I'm gonna do a Ferris wheel fun fact because of the cover and the carnival situation. The amazement park, if you will. Apparently, National Ferris Wheel Day was yesterday, February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Why is it? Because it's like
I have no idea.
a couple's ride?
No, I don't know. My arm is getting tired. The Book of Accidents. I think I did fun facts about coal mines earlier, but I don't know what happened to that tab. Fun facts about coal. How about we just do about coal?
When you were naughty?
Oh god, my hand is shaking. It takes roughly 1 million years to form coal. There you go. That's my
1 million years?
That's my Book of Accidents fun fact. Okay? I will, for realsies, see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Hey.
Hi. Oh, hi.
So it's been a little bit. It's been like 2 days maybe since I last updated. I don't know what. Oh, that's Dante. Did we say hello to Dante yet? I have just been working on my regular weekly reading vlog because I want to end it tonight. Actually, it's Saturday now. Joey and I are about to leave in like less than an hour to go to this like Titanic exhibit, which I'm gonna bring my other camera for just because I'd rather bring that one out and about. This one's still new, still fresh, so I'm trying to be extra careful. But once I start getting used to it, then I'll bring this one around more. Anyway, so it'll be in that one. If you're interested in seeing the Titanic exhibit, I don't know when that video is gonna go up. That's not what you care about. What you care about is what I'm reading. What was my last update? Oh, that I was supposed to start Just Like Home yesterday. I didn't do that. Instead, I finished 2 books for the other vlog. I just realized that it says home is where the heart bleeds on the back, which is cute. I really like the design of this cover. I'm using my You Guys Ever Think About Dying Barbie bookmark. Ooh, the inside's red. I just read the first chapter because I contemplated just going against the spinner wheel and reading Never Let Me Go instead, because I heard a Clockwork Reader talking about it and it's supposed to be like devastating, and I kind of want that. Like I said earlier in this video, this is on my scratch off poster. It's also, I believe, is it Dark Academia? I can't remember, but there's also a movie. All those reasons, I definitely want to read this. So I think this will be my last book of this vlog. I'm not going to spin the wheel one more time. Devolution is just going to have to wait. I do have the audiobook for both of these. I read the first chapter to see how I feel. I'm intrigued. The last line of the first chapter had me hooked. I read 6 pages of this one. First of all, aside from everything else, I like how this feels because it's a very old library copy. So the pages are like soft, you know, and like thin, and yeah. Plus it's by an Asian author. And this is by a non-binary author. So we love diversity. This one is also starting kind of like the way the September House started, and I love that one. I'm really hoping for the same type of vibes. I don't know if this is more like a cozy-ish horror. It says darkly gothic thriller. I just get cozy horror vibes from this. I'll talk to y'all when I... Bless you! And I'll talk to y'all when I have any... Bless you! Any sort of update. I have a feeling I'm gonna like the characters in this one. I don't know why. It just starts with this girl, Kathy, talking about her being a carer and meeting these other 2 characters, Ruth and Tommy. And I don't know what carer means, but apparently they all have like a shared past, and they were all students at Hailsham, an exclusive boarding school secluded in the English countryside. Love the setting already. Hoping for the best. I'll talk to y'all later. Hi! I have an update. It's gonna be the second to last day of this vlog. She said hopefully. I have made grand progress in Just Like Home today, okay? I also just broke my copy.
Oh, it came undone?
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I think I'm almost 200 pages into this. It's feeling like a 4-star, to be honest with you. It probably could have been a 5 if I were like fully in it, because I was listening to the audiobook most of the day, but also I read it only physically during my lunch break and it was really fast. So I feel like if I were fully in it, it probably could potentially, depending on how it ends, be a 5. But alas, they have to repeat
The house my father built.
97,000 times. It makes me think that there's something hiding in the walls of this house or whatever, right? I don't know anything yet. Well, I know some things, but it emphasizes it too much that this is the house my father built. At first, it's like, okay, this is where she belongs. This is where she felt like it was actually like her home. She came back to take care of her sick mom. Her dad died. I don't know how many years ago or whatever, but we find out more stuff about him. And then there's like flashbacks either every other chapter, every couple chapters, which is nice because it's not like, hold on, let me start over. Some books, like when they flash back
To reality, there goes gravity.
Sorry. When it flashbacks, it doesn't like tell you that it's flashing back, or it's like really fucking apparent in the chapter title and it's like then and now. This is like a happy medium where the first sentence of the flashback chapters are like Vera was 12 years old and then it goes into the story. I appreciated that. The way some of these chapters end had my jaw dropping. Things are shocking me. There are a couple really good quotes. Oh, I just listened to this part on my way home where she's like trying to reach for something under this bed and she gets like pretty severely injured for what the fuck she was doing just to reach this thing that she found, right? This mysterious thing. The descriptions of the scene of her like reaching and like stretching to like get it, something about it was just so repulsive to listen to. And it was really well done. Like I was driving and I was like wincing and cringing. So it's been a fun time. It is kind of giving me the same vibes as September House, but like in a less comedic way, more creepy way. It's also a little bit of a coming of age because like you watch her grow up in the flashbacks and she talks about like her first kiss and the things she learns about her dad specifically, but her parents in general. Her relationship with her mom is very toxic as well, which I realize I don't mind in books. It's just like motherhood in general is what I mind in books, but like specifically toxic mother-daughter relationships, I don't mind because I've been there, done that. So some parts are actually relatable. Enjoying this. This might be another disagree with Kayla, which is exciting for me. So let's hope that continues. And then we'll move on to Never Let Me Go tomorrow. I think I have, 3 hours and 50 minutes left of the audiobook, and I've been listening in double speed, and then I should be done. Maybe I'll actually paint today. I've been saying that for the past like 2 weeks, and I haven't painted. I had to roll it up again when Joey's parents came over because I wanted the table clear. I'm gonna whip it back out. Whip it. But we're gonna go to B-dubs. I might actually bring this camera. Let's bring you along. Let's take you to B-dubs. Where do they not have B-dubs? Do they have B-dubs in like Canada? We spent like 20 minutes, maybe 30, trying to figure out what to eat. And then we were about to use my spinner wheel and I thought of B-dubs and I put it on there and I was like, you know what? That actually might be the choice. I'm gonna bring my book with me. I'll probably update y'all when I finish the book. I really didn't think I'd make this much progress, but it's so quick. Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh, someone's hangry.
Not hangry.
He had road
People
rage.
just suck.
It's a couple hours later. I actually have no idea what time it is. It's probably about 10 o'clock. I finally finished Just Like Home, and I was looking at all my friends' Goodreads reviews on this, and it seems like I have the unpopular opinion because I kind of love this. I'm gonna give it a 4. At first I was hesitant because I was like, do I just not have taste? But listen, as soon as you find out what's going on, as soon as you think you know what's going on, when they do the reveals and stuff, like there's not another twist after that. That's what it is. So as soon as that's mentioned and you put 2 and 2 together, just don't take it seriously. I think you should just take it at face value. Don't go into this expecting something unique. It's unique in the sense that it's a different kind of haunted house story, but it's also like a mishmash of like 6 different things that I've consumed before, whether that be movies or other books. I really love this cover. I can't get over it. There are also so many other layers to this other than the haunted house itself. The mother-daughter relationship was done really well in terms of like depicting how toxic it is. Also the father-daughter relationship, why certain choices were made because of how close they were and what our main character knew about the father. And then it explains why the mom was so blatantly negative towards her. Trigger warnings for like verbal parental abuse or abuse in general, honestly. My tabs significantly increased towards the end. Also because I was driving for a lot of this or working. So I thought there were definitely creepy parts. If I say, part of me doesn't want to say like, who I recommend this to, like if you're fans of this and that, because I went into this pretty blindly. I feel like that's a good way to go in. But if you liked Nana, if you like The September House, this is like a more serious version. I think I said that earlier. Yeah, Nana by Brandon Massey. If you liked the movie The Boogeyman, if you liked the movie Monster House, like anything with haunted houses, if you like that and want like a different spin, try it. Just, yeah, don't go into it thinking it's like a whole new thing, and don't go into it with like super high expectations. But the writing is really good in this, other than the house my father built thing, because that was redundant as fuck. Like that was repeated in almost every chapter. There was also a little bit of a romance in this, which you would think is a little bit unnecessary at first, but then it all like comes full circle. It all plays out for a reason. Quite the pleasant surprise. I'm glad that I own this already, because I feel like if I read it from the library, I probably would have wanted to own it just because the cover is worth having on your shelf. It's higher than a 3 stars, so I'm glad it's on my shelf already. You know how when you push off a book for so long and then you're like, fuck, I'm so mad at myself for pushing it off this long. I should have read it sooner. I think I read this at a great time. After consuming all the other things that I saw in this, usually I hate when things are super unoriginal and it's just like a combination of other things I've consumed. But this, I actually appreciated that it was like a mashup of a bunch of things that I was familiar with. I guess it's because it's a haunted house trope. That's different, I guess, because there's only so much you could do, I guess. I don't know, but I feel like I've said enough. 4 stars, another disagree with Kayla, another, I guess, success for me for this vlog. All right, we're down to one more book. I'm just gonna continue Never Let Me Go. I'm 6 pages in as of yesterday. I also have the audiobook for this. Maybe I'll end up finishing this tomorrow. I mean, I have to finish this tomorrow, but I'm gonna read a good chunk in the morning, but I also have to edit a book haul as my next upload. Joey's still watching something, and I don't really feel like doing anything else, so maybe I'll just continue this. Either way, I will update y'all tomorrow. Good night. It's like 7:45. We're adulting.
Round 2 of our attempt at the DMV.
Yeah, so the first time we were here, it required an appointment. So here we are.
At our appointment.
With our 8 a.m. appointments. Like the
And
adults we are.
I'm gonna just cry because...
Okay, I gotta go.
Okay.
Hi. That was a very painless DMV situation. Probably for the first time in my life. This is the first time I went to the DMV without my mom. It was intense at first. The anxiety was up there, y'all. Especially because the first woman who was like at the very first counter, who like asks you why you're here, right, was yelling at this like poor Ukrainian girl who was definitely younger than me. She was with her dad, I'm assuming. And they couldn't understand each other. Like the woman couldn't understand her, so she's like, pull up a translator, help me out, will ya? And then she ended up sending them to her supervisor. She was like, I can't communicate with them. And she yelled it from across the room. So I was like so nervous. So I had everything out so she wouldn't have a reason to yell at me. It was smooth sailing. The only issue was that my name, because I have 3 first names, because my mom hates me. Not the dust already. So it's been giving me shit for my entire life. I told the lady who was helping me out that in college I almost got kicked out of a bar because on campuses around here, well, my campus, needed 2 forms of ID to get into a bar, and my name didn't match on those 2 forms of ID. So I made her laugh though. That made me feel better. I do have a reading update though. Almost done with Never Let Me Go. I'm 70% through. I was supposed to finish it last night. It didn't happen because I got too sleepy. It's kind of boring. I think I know why Kayla doesn't like it, because it has culty vibes and I don't think she's about that. Or did I just make that up? I don't know. But I was not expecting this to have culty vibes, but it's a school that's not really a school, but the synopsis doesn't say what it actually is, so I'm not gonna spoil it obviously. There's something weird going on with this school, and that concept is cool to me, but characters are kind of boring. They have these things called carers, and you find that out that our main character is one of those people from the very start. She just like recounts her time with these 2 people, Tommy and Ruth, and I can't like place an age on these people. I can't tell if they're the same age or if Tommy and Ruth are older. Can't really tell. The writing is pretty good. The author loves the word daft. There's someone walking by my car, so I'm gonna move to this angle. Okay, he's just taking a picture of his car. The author loves the word daft. You know how each author has like a favorite word and it shows? It's daft. I like the school setting, but the story's not captivating me. The audiobook narrator's voice is so soothing. They have a British accent. That's why I got so sleepy. But I will finish this morning. I am gonna visit my old library though, because my supervisor texted me that she misses me. Did I tell you this yesterday? I don't remember. So I'm gonna go since I have the day off, and then we'll end this vlog because I have to start my full moon book club pick. It's a live show Saturday. It's currently Wednesday. I'm here to end the vlog. Wow. First of all, look what I found last night. I searched high and low for this thing. It was hiding. I finally found it in my gray shelf because I had this side out. It's like a muted greenish gray. No wonder I couldn't find it anywhere. I checked my white shelf and my yellow shelf. Anyway, so I'm done. I have all of these, and then White Horse Never Let Me Go. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. This is, I think, the only 3-star in this whole video. So I probably liked it more than Kayla. If I'm correct in her statement of not enjoying culty vibe books, then that's probably why I like this more than she did. I don't know her rating really. I'm assuming all the ones she gave me were like a low 3 and below. I believe that's what we said, that our cutoff was like a disappointing 3. I forgot my mic. Pause. All right. Anyway, this definitely had culty vibes. I'm obviously not going to elaborate because spoilers, but I'm giving it a 3 because I enjoyed that concept. It's more of like a dystopian culty vibe as opposed to like creepy culty vibe, if that makes sense. It was hard for me to consistently pay attention to what was going on. It definitely had the tone of a literary fiction, which I appreciated and I thought I was in the mood for, but I don't think I am. Didn't feel too attached to the characters, so I didn't feel emotional when things happened. My ears perked up while everything was being revealed though. It was almost like a little villainous monologue, but it was more like a character explaining to another character some backstory. I was painting, so of course that's the time that I focused the most, and it worked out because I actually knew what was going on towards the end. But then after the reveal, there were still like 20 pages or so left, maybe a few chapters left. So at that point, I was just like checked out. I was like, I know what's going on. I don't need to know the aftermath. I will call it a low 3. I think I will see the adaptation. I didn't know Andrew Garfield and Keira Knightley are both in it. Not that I'm like a huge fan or anything of either of them. It's just like actors I know of. So I do want to see if I like the adaptation better. That's that. So this was like the neutral. Of course, it's the 5th book that's like, wait, hold on. Okay, let's see. So I agreed with Kayla for Hide by Kirsten White, which I gave 1 star. White Horse, I listened to on audio and I also agreed with Kayla. I gave that 1 star. Agreed as in like also disliked. But I disagreed with her for the Book of Accidents, which I gave 4 stars, and then also gave 4 stars to Just Like Home. I thought these were so fun and I'm glad I finally got this one out of the way. And then this one was just like in the middle. I'm gonna call this a disagree because I'm gonna have to find her vlog where she talked about this or something, or ask her about it, because I'm just assuming that it was the cult thing that turned her off, but also maybe it was boring for her too. I don't know, but I'm gonna call this a win as well. So 3 versus 2. I think this experiment was a success. Our tastes are definitely more opposite than not. Goodreads says that our taste is 69% similar, because of course it is. And that checks out, right? I did the compare books thing on Goodreads, and there were things that like she would give 5 stars and I would give 4 stars, so that's an agreed upon thing, or vice versa. So cool. I hope y'all enjoyed this vlog. Kayla, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I hope you enjoyed this project. Thank you so much for working with me and like coming up with the game plan for this project, because I probably would have put it off for a very long time because I say I do things and I do them eventually, just not right away. I'm glad I had you as a little motivator. Thank you for watching, all of you. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if you agree with Kayla or if you agree with me. Maybe I'll do more of these in the future with friends I know who have opposite tastes as me. Maybe you'll do this. Kayla did say that she might consider doing this as a series as well, so we'll see. It might be an ongoing thing, who knows. But yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, oh my god, they both have houses on the cover. Should we put a house emoji? That's lame, right? Let's put, I think my favorite one was the Book of Accidents, so let's put a green heart emoji in the comments down below if you made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching. Hope y'all had a vampy day. Don't forget to do some self-care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!